Alright, so I thought I'd start these videos by starting with lesson 21's homework. So for lesson 21's homework, there's one question. You have to fill in the blanks for each part of the algorithm below. So we already know about the invert and multiply rule. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this in. We know that we are inverting 5/6 to 6/5. The sign changes to multiplication and we're keeping the 1/5. Now in terms of explaining each step, remember when we start these problems, right, the first thing we're doing is we're asking ourselves how many times can a divisor, or 5/6, fit into one BMU. So we know that the answer is the reciprocal, which is what we learned last week, but I'll just draw it really quickly. Here's a BMU. Right? That's 6/6. How many times or how many groups of 5/6 can I make? Well, you know what? I'm not even going to draw another one. Here's a group of 5/6 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me label that. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 1. And in this little guy here, excuse me, represents a fifth of another group. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 represent a group, and this is 1 out of 5/6, or this is a fifth of 5/6, or right. So this is 1 1/5, or 6/5, which is why we're flipping the 5/6 up here. Now we're asking ourselves an easy question: how many BMUs do we have? Well, we only have a fifth of a BMU, so it's just 1/5 times 6/5. If it was 2 BMUs, then it would be 2 times 6/5. If it was 8.5, like so, BMUs, I would change this and convert this to an improper fraction. 8 times 2 is 16, plus 1 is 17, so it would be 17 halves times 6/5. Anyways, when we multiply this together, we get 6/25. Okay, moving on to the extra practice. Same thing, right? How many times can my divisor fit into one BMU? My divisor is 3/4. It's the same steps as beforehand, so you guys can fill that in. Here's a BMU. How many times can 3/4 fit into 4/4? Here's a copy, right? And then this is a third of another copy of a group. So this is 1 1/3, or 4/3. Which is why we are flipping 3/4. And we're going to change this to a mixed fraction. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 1 is 16. 16/5. 16 times 4, I believe, is 64. And 5 times 3 is 15. 15 times 4 is 60, so we have 4 groups and 4 15ths remaining. Okay, and you guys can pause this video at any point just to see if you end up getting the same thing. So let's do the same thing here, right? How many times can our divisor fit into one BMU? Our divisor is 2/3. This is a third. This is a BMU. Here's a group of 2/3. And here is half a group of 2/3. Okay, 1 1/2 can be written as 3/2. Again, the reciprocal of 2/3 is 3/2. We're going to change 1 1/8 to an improper fraction. 1 times 8 is 8, plus 1 is 9. We have 9/8. And we multiply straight across. So 9 times 3 is 27. 8 times 2 is 16. You have 1 and I believe 7 sixteenths. No, definitely not. 1 and 9 sixteenths. All right. 2 more to go. How many times can 1/3 fit into a BMU? Well, that's obvious, right? 1/3 fits into 1 BMU 3 times. Here's a BMU. Here's a third. Right? You have 3 copies. So each of these is a group. This is 1. This is 1. This is 1. We can write that as 3 over 1. 3/4 stays the same. 3 times 3 is 9. 4 times 1 is 4. And we have 2 and 1/4. And last but not least, we have 5/6 divided by 1 3/4. So how many, now normally we would ask ourselves how many times can our divisor fit into the BMU. However, 1 3/4 is larger than 1. So only a fraction of it is gonna fit. So what fraction of 1 3/4 will fit into a BMU? Here's our BMU. Here's 7/4. Why is it 7/4? Because 1 3/4 is the same thing as 7/4, right? 1 times 4 is 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. So here's our BMU, and we need 3 more 7ths. Right? 3 more 4ths. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So only 4 out of the 7 parts will fit. Right? And 4 7ths, you'll notice, is the reciprocal of 7/4. 5 times 4 is 20, and 6 times 7 is 42. If you simplify, this is correct. And if you simplify that, I believe you get 10 over 21, and that's that. Let me know if you have any questions.